Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athletics and Recreation Center for this evening's OUA men's basketball match between the visiting Ryerson Rams and your Queens Gaels. Queens dropping a tough decision tonight, losing by a score of 81-61. I'm joined by Queens Gaels head coach Steph Barry. And Steph, you guys had a tough first quarter and ultimately fell behind the 8-ball and weren't able to overcome the deficit. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, full credit to Ryerson in that first quarter. They came out firing and they made a lot of shots. I thought our toughness level was there, but we weren't, getting any other rewards from it. So kudos to Ryerson certainly for executing their game plan and having a good start. I thought our guys did a good job of not letting it, bury them early. I think they fought to come back, stabilize a little bit in the second quarter. We obviously got it back down to 9 in the third, so we had some good energy there. And then again, they had some tremendous individual play. I mean, Jamal Jones at that point in the game sort of took over, and he did it sort of one-on-one and just made some very tough plays, for us to stop. So, again, you have to give them a lot of credit. They're a very talented team, and there's a reason why they're number 4 in the country, and they showed that tonight.
Yeah, and Ryerson's a very deep and very athletic team, and you mentioned Jones and Best. They both had really solid outings for the Rams tonight. What was your game plan coming in to try to, limit the damage that those two did, and just to deal with the arsenal of weapons that the Rams have?
I mean, when a team comes in with a lot of weapons like that, it's hard to have one very specific sort of like, this is the guy you stop. I mean, we knew we were going to have to be solid across the board. We knew that our help defense had to be good. What I thought Ryerson did well was when they got by our initial defender, they pulled up and made shots instead of going sometimes to the basket. So our help was there, wasn't probably high enough to contest the shots, but they made some tough pull-up jumpers, especially again in the first half, and they got some threes. So, certainly the game plan, on paper it's always one thing. When you get to the game, if guys are making shots at a certain rate, then you have to go to something else, and that's what happened tonight.
And you guys had a pretty special effort tonight from Nick Mislencevich, and he was doing so from in the paint and from range as well. Can you just describe what his versatility brings to the team?
Nick's a very tough inside-out player, and obviously when we were going on that run in the third quarter, he was a key part to that, as well as Roshane Roberts, knocking down shots. And Nick continued to, be tough down inside and make some plays there. So, he's a guy that we need to have good outputs, and we have to have some other guys, join him a little more consistently for us to be successful. So, the hope is that as we get moving forward in the next few weeks, other guys can step up and join Nick playing that kind of basketball.
And lastly, you guys have a shot at redemption tomorrow night playing against U of T. What do you have to do to get prepared for them?
I mean, they're going to be tough. They're going to be playing desperate basketball, no question, and they have one of the best players in the country in Alex Hill on their team, who's averaging a crazy amount of points, and he's a very, very tough player to stop. So we're going to have to be able to put this game behind us. As we told the guys, we got to bounce back tomorrow. We have to have a good session in the morning with film and walkthrough, and then we got to bring the energy tomorrow because we know U of T is going to have it. So, if we can bring the energy and really compete, then that's all we can ask for our guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
From the Athletics and Recreation Center, and for Gaels head coach Steph Barry, I'm Kyle Compo. Gaels dropping a tough one, losing 81-61 tonight against the Ryerson Rams. Join us tomorrow night here again at the Athletics and Recreation Center as the Gaels take on the Toronto Varsity Blues.